So I've been reading this book called When the Game Was a War by Rick Cohen. If you're a hoops junkie like myself, highly recommend it. The book is about the 87-88 season, which the author theorizes is the greatest season in NBA history. I was born in 1989. I wasn't around for that season, obviously, but reading the book, man, he might have a point. He might be onto something because the collection of talent that was around in that season is insane. You had Michael, you had Magic, you had Larry, Isaiah, Moses Malone, Adrian Dantley, Mark Aguirre. I think the author says during that season, there were 36 active Hall of Famers playing during that season. That's fucking insane. And just reading that book and reading about how the teams were built back then and how much more patience there was, things were so much different and things were so much better. And one thing that has really stuck out to me reading this book and just reading how the players were covered and how they were thought of compared to what we do today. And I'm gonna say, guys, we do it so backwards today. Social media has kind of ruined sports for us, and it's ruined these athletes for us in a way because we just know way too much about these guys now. Like, by the time a guy hits the NBA, you already know everything there is to know about him. Where, like, when Isaiah hit the NBA, you didn't really know anything about him. You heard playground stories, you heard, legendary stories about him, things where you were like, is this true? Is this a myth? Can he live up? Like, everything was a lot more mysterious back then. And these dudes felt like superheroes back then. Like, nowadays, I can watch every game. I have League Pass, so I'll watch a fair amount of basketball. I get to see way too much of these guys, where back then you were only watching games if they were on national TV. You were lucky if you got to watch 2 NBA games period in a week. Like, that's crazy. That's why these guys had such mythological followings, because you didn't get to see them that much. So when you saw them, it just felt like the stakes were ratcheted up. It just made these dudes feel like superheroes. And there was no social media, so you didn't really know anything about these guys. You didn't know their political views. You didn't know how they grew up. You didn't know shit, man. You didn't know anything. Where nowadays, like, these players are everywhere. The social media is crazy on them. We just know way too much about them. And the more you know about somebody, the less you think about them, usually, at least. Like, the more you know about a guy, the less likely you are to mythologize them. So, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, it seems like the 80s and the 90s would have been the best time to be a fan, because these dudes, you just got to appreciate them a lot more because you saw them a lot less, because you knew a lot less about them. So I'm just telling you guys, as somebody who's 36 years old, I've been following basketball for 30 years now. I'm really enjoying this book. It's one of the better basketball books that I've ever read. So if you guys are looking for a good read out there, go check it. The Game is a War. When the Game Was a War by Rick Cohen, the 87-88 season. If any of my followers are old enough to remember the 87-88 season, hit the comments, man. Tell me what it was like, because this book, like, if I had a time machine, I would be damn tempted to go back to this season just based off reading this book.